Welcome to English Chat Flow.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Chat Flow. I'm Melissa, and I'm really happy you are here with us today.
And I'm Mark. It's always great to spend some time with you. Maybe you're listening while drinking your morning coffee, walking to work, or relaxing at home.
Wherever you are, thank you for choosing to practice English with us. Today, we have a topic that is useful, practical, and something many people experience when they travel or live in another country.
That's right. Today we're going to talk about ordering coffee in English. It sounds simple, but many English learners feel nervous the first time they stand in front of a busy coffee shop counter.
Maybe you know the words coffee and tea, but when the barista starts asking questions, everything suddenly becomes confusing.
Yes, you hear questions like, "What size would you like?" or "Would you like that hot or iced?" And suddenly your mind goes completely blank.
Don't worry if that has happened to you before. Today, we're going to help you feel more confident with natural English that you can actually use.
Our conversation is designed for B1 to B2 learners, so you'll hear realistic English that is clear without being too difficult.
We also encourage you not to worry about understanding every single word. Listen to the conversation, follow the meaning, and enjoy the learning process.
Before we begin, we'd like to ask you a simple question to think about while you listen.
Here it is. What is your favorite coffee or café drink?
Maybe you enjoy a simple black coffee every morning.
Maybe you prefer a creamy latte with a little vanilla syrup.
Or maybe you don't even drink coffee. Perhaps you love hot chocolate, tea, or fresh juice instead.
There are no wrong answers. Everyone has different tastes, and that's one of the fun things about visiting cafes around the world.
Today, we'll learn useful expressions that work not only in coffee shops, but also in many other places where you order food and drinks.
That's true. Once you become comfortable ordering coffee, you'll also feel more confident ordering sandwiches, desserts, and other drinks.
Melissa, do you remember the first time you ordered coffee completely in English?
Oh, yes, I remember it very clearly. I thought it would be easy because I already knew the word coffee.
But then something unexpected happened?
Exactly. The barista smiled and asked 3 questions very quickly. I only understood the word coffee. Everything else sounded like one long sentence.
I think many listeners have had a similar experience.
I smiled politely and simply said, yes.
That's a dangerous answer because you don't know what you're agreeing to.
Exactly. A few minutes later, I received a very large iced coffee with extra cream.
Was that what you wanted?
Not at all. I actually wanted a small hot coffee because it was a cold day outside.
That's a funny story, but it's also a great lesson.
Yes, I realized that learning vocabulary is helpful, but understanding common questions is just as important.
My first experience was also a little embarrassing.
Really? What happened?
I walked into a busy cafe and practiced my order many times in my head before reaching the counter.
That sounds like a good plan.
It was until the cashier asked me something I hadn't practiced.
Let me guess. They asked if you wanted anything else?
Close. They asked me if I wanted my drink for here or to go.
Ah, that's a very common question.
Yes, but I had never heard that expression before. I looked around, smiled nervously, and finally pointed at a table.
At least they understood what you meant.
They did, but I remember thinking that real conversations are never exactly like textbook conversations.
That's why today's episode is so useful. We want to prepare our listeners for natural situations, not only perfect classroom examples.
Let's begin with the most basic part of ordering coffee.
Usually, when it's your turn, the person behind the counter will greet you.
They might say, "Hi, what can I get for you today?" Or, "What would I make for you?"
Both questions simply mean they are ready to take your order.
Your answer can be simple and polite.
You can say, "Hi, I'd like a medium latte, please."
Or, "Can I have a small cappuccino, please?"
Both expressions sound natural and friendly.
Notice that we say "I'd like" very often when ordering.
Yes, it sounds polite without being too formal.
Can I have is another excellent expression that native speakers use every day.
After that, the barista will often ask another question.
One of the most common questions is about size.
They may ask, "What size would you like?"
The usual answers are small, medium, or large, although some coffee shops use different names.
Don't worry if every cafe has slightly different sizes. You can always point to the menu if you're unsure.
Another common question is, would you like that hot or iced?
This simply means they want to know the temperature of your drink.
You can answer, hot please, or I'd like it iced.
Then they may ask if you want milk alternatives like oat milk, almond milk, or soy milk.
If you don't need any changes, you can simply say, regular milk is fine, or no, thank you.
The important thing to remember is that these questions are completely normal. They are not testing your English.
They're simply trying to make the drink exactly the way you like it.
And if you don't understand a question, that's perfectly okay.
You can politely say, sorry, could you repeat that? Or, sorry, could you speak a little more slowly?
Those are useful expressions in every English conversation, not only in cafes.
Most people will happily repeat the question because they want to help.
Remember, ordering coffee isn't about speaking perfect English. It's about communicating clearly enough so both people understand each other.
And every time you order successfully, even if you make a small mistake, your confidence grows a little more.
Now that we've learned the basic order and the most common questions, let's imagine what happens after you've chosen your drink, because the conversation usually continues. Now that we've learned the basic order and the most common questions, let's imagine what happens after you've chosen your drink, because the conversation usually continues.
That's right. Many learners think the conversation ends after they order, but there are usually a few more questions before you pay.
One common question is, would you like anything to eat with that?
Coffee shops often sell muffins, cookies, croissants, sandwiches, and cakes, so they give customers the chance to add something.
If you're not hungry, you can simply say, "No, thank you, that's all."
Or if something looks delicious, you could say, yes, I'd also like a chocolate muffin, please.
Another question you might hear is that everything?
This means they're checking whether you've finished ordering.
A simple answer is, yes, that's everything, thank you.
After that comes the payment. The cashier may tell you the total by saying, that'll be $6.50.
Then you can pay with cash, a card, or sometimes even your phone.
If you're paying by card, you don't need a long sentence.
Simply handing over your card is perfectly normal.
Sometimes the cashier may ask, would you like a receipt?
A receipt is the paper that shows what you bought and how much you paid.
If you don't need it, you can politely answer, no thanks.
Or if you need it for work or your records, just say, yes, please. After you pay, many cafes give you a number or write your name on the cup.
Writing names on cups has become very common in many coffee shops.
But sometimes that creates funny situations.
Oh yes, have you ever had your name written incorrectly?
More than once. My name became Melina, Melissa, Marissa, and even Amelia one time.
Amelia, that's quite different.
I know. I looked at the cup for a few seconds before realizing it was actually mine.
My name has also had many adventures.
Really? What happened?
One time the barista heard Mike instead of Mark.
That's close enough.
Another time they wrote Matt.
That's not quite as close.
I didn't want to make things difficult, so I just smiled and accepted my new identity for 5 minutes.
That's probably what most people do.
If your name is difficult to pronounce, you have a few options.
You can say your name slowly.
You can spell it letter by letter.
Or you can even use a simple nickname if you're comfortable doing that.
The goal isn't perfection. It's simply helping the barista call the right person when the drink is ready.
Sometimes cafes don't ask for names at all.
Instead, they may give you a small receipt with an order number.
Then you'll hear something like, order number 24.
That's your signal to walk over and collect your drink.
Speaking of collecting drinks, let's imagine a complete conversation from beginning to end.
Great idea. I'll be the barista.
And I'll be the customer.
Good morning. What can I get for you today?
Hi, I'd like a medium caramel latte, please.
Certainly. Would you like that hot or iced?
Hot, please.
Would you like regular milk or oat milk?
Regular milk is fine.
Anything to eat today?
Yes, I'd also like a blueberry muffin.
Perfect. Is that everything?
Yes, that's all. Thank you.
That'll be $7.20.
Here you are.
Thank you. Can I have your name, please?
Melissa.
Great. Your order will be ready in just a few minutes.
That's a very natural conversation.
And notice that neither person used difficult grammar.
Exactly. Everyday English is usually clear, polite, and direct.
Now let's talk about one thing that surprises many learners.
What's that?
Coffee vocabulary can be confusing because there are many different drink names.
That's true. Let's explain a few common ones.
An espresso is a very small but very strong coffee.
A latte usually contains espresso and a lot of steamed milk, making it smooth and creamy.
A cappuccino also contains espresso and milk, but it usually has more milk foam on top.
An Americano is espresso mixed with hot water, giving it a lighter taste than straight espresso.
A mocha is often a good choice for people who enjoy both coffee and chocolate.
And don't worry if you can't remember every drink.
Most cafes have menus with pictures or descriptions.
You can always point to the menu and politely ask, "What's the difference between these two drinks?"
That's a fantastic question because baristas answer it all the time.
Another useful question is, "What do you recommend?" If you're visiting a local cafe for the first time, that's a great way to discover something new.
The barista might suggest a popular seasonal drink or the cafe's special coffee.
Seasonal means it's available only during a certain time of the year.
For example, some cafes have special drinks in autumn or during the winter holidays.
Those limited time drinks often become customers' favorites.
Now let's talk about something many learners worry about: making mistakes.
I think this is one of the biggest fears people have. They worry they'll pronounce a word incorrectly or forget part of their order.
But here's the good news. Baristas speak with many different people every day.
They meet tourists, international students, business travelers, and people from all over the world.
They are usually very experienced at understanding different accents.
If you accidentally say the wrong size or choose the wrong drink, it's not a disaster.
You can simply smile and say, "Sorry, I meant the medium one."
Or, "Actually, could I change that to iced?"
Small corrections happen all the time.
The important thing is to stay calm and polite.
Most conversations in cafes are friendly because everyone has the same goal: to make sure you leave with a drink you'll enjoy.
So instead of worrying about perfect English, focus on communicating your message clearly.
And after a few visits, you'll probably notice that ordering coffee starts to feel completely natural.
Once that happens, you'll realize you've gained much more than a cup of coffee. You've also gained confidence speaking English in real life. Once that happens, you'll realize you've gained much more than a cup of coffee. You've also gained confidence speaking English in real life.
And confidence is something that grows little by little. Every successful conversation makes the next one easier.
Before we finish today's episode, let's look at a few situations that sometimes surprise people in cafes.
That's a great idea, because real conversations don't always go exactly as we expect.
Imagine you order your drink, but when you taste it, you realize it's not what you asked for.
Maybe you ordered a hot latte, but you received an iced one instead.
In that situation, there's no need to feel nervous. You can politely say, "Excuse me, I think this might be the wrong drink."
Or, "I'm sorry, I ordered a hot latte."
Notice that these sentences are polite and respectful.
Most cafes are happy to fix simple mistakes.
Another situation is when the cafe is very busy.
Sometimes there are many customers waiting, and your drink may take a little longer than usual.
In that case, patience is always appreciated.
If you have been waiting for quite a while, you can politely ask, "Excuse me, could you check on my order, please?"
That sounds much friendlier than showing frustration.
Good communication is not only about grammar, it's also about your attitude.
A smile, a calm voice, and polite words can make every conversation more pleasant.
Now let's review some useful vocabulary from today's episode.
The first word is barista.
A barista is the person who prepares and serves coffee in a cafe.
For example, the barista recommended a new drink.
The next expression is to go.
To go means you want to take your food or drink with you instead of enjoying it inside the cafe.
You might say, "Can I get this to go, please?"
Another useful expression is for here.
For here means you plan to stay and enjoy your drink inside the cafe.
We also learned the word receipt.
A receipt is the paper or digital record showing what you purchased.
Another important word is recommend.
When someone recommends something, they suggest it because they think you will like it.
You can ask, "What do you recommend?"
We also used the word seasonal.
Seasonal means available only during a certain season or time of year.
Another useful word is regular.
In cafes, regular often means the standard or normal option without special changes.
Finally, let's remember the expression, "that's all."
This is a simple and natural way to tell the cashier that you've finished ordering.
These words and expressions may seem small, but together they help you communicate naturally. Now, I'd like to ask you something, Melissa.
Go ahead.
If you could spend an afternoon in any cafe in the world, what kind of place would you choose?
That's a lovely question. I think I'd choose a quiet little cafe with large windows, comfortable chairs, and shelves full of books.
That sounds peaceful.
I'd order a warm latte, sit by the window, and watch people walking outside while reading a good book.
I can imagine that perfectly.
What about you?
I'd probably choose a small cafe near the sea.
Really?
Yes, I'd like to hear the sound of the waves while drinking a fresh cup of coffee in the morning.
That sounds relaxing.
I think cafes are interesting because they're more than places to buy drinks.
I agree. They're places where people meet friends, study, work, read, or simply take a short break from a busy day.
And no matter where you travel, learning how to order confidently helps you feel more comfortable.
It also gives you a chance to have small conversations with local people.
Those short conversations are wonderful English practice.
You don't always need a long discussion to improve your speaking skills.
Sometimes a 1-minute conversation at a coffee shop teaches you something new.
Maybe you learn a new word.
Maybe you hear a different accent.
Maybe you discover a new favorite drink.
Or maybe you simply realize that your English is better than you thought.
We hope today's episode has made ordering coffee feel much less stressful.
Remember, you don't need perfect English to communicate successfully.
You only need the courage to start speaking.
Every conversation is another opportunity to learn.
Before we say goodbye, we'd like to give you a small speaking challenge.
Imagine you're standing at the counter of your favorite cafe.
Think about what drink you would order.
Then practice saying your complete order out loud.
For example, "Hi, I'd like a medium hot latte with regular milk, please."
Or create your own order using your favorite drink.
You can even practice answering questions like, "For here or to go?" and "Would you like anything else?"
The more you practice simple conversations, the more natural they become.
If you'd like to join our community, write a comment using English.
You can write, "I'm your name from your country, and my favorite coffee drink is..."
Or if you don't drink coffee, tell us your favorite cafe drink instead.
We always enjoy reading your comments, and it's a wonderful way to practice your English with learners from around the world.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us today.
We hope this conversation helps you feel more confident the next time you walk into a cafe.
Keep listening, keep practicing, and remember that every small conversation helps you become a stronger English speaker.
Take care, enjoy your next cup of coffee, And we'll see you in the next episode of English Chat Flow.